Manage your H.A.L.T. So this is a psychological tool that I first learned about from a podcast from an entrepreneur named Bedros Keuilian, and he shared this with me. It has been very profound, a profound framework that has helped me regulate my emotions in four separate categories. So the word HALT is an acronym, and they stand for hunger, anger, lonely, and tired. And notice how each one of these categories, they take it more so as kind of like a broad stroke for each of these categories for hunger, anger, lonely, and tired. And whenever I have felt myself in a lower energy, emotional, psychological state, and I take an audit of myself and see what's the feeling am I feeling? Am I within the category of hunger? Am I hungry for like actual food? Am I hungry to feel seen? Am I hungry to do well? There's a many different avenues I can go down with that, and I assess that, take inventory, and really introspectively reflect within that category, as well as the other subsequent categories of anger, being upset, being mad at something, someone, myself, about an outcome that didn't turn out the way I was hoping for it to. The next one's lonely. Am I lonely as in like want company around me? Do I feel isolated? Do I feel like depressed? Something along those lines. And then like tired, that last core category is, do I feel burnt out? Am I depressed? Am I just feeling like I am lacking resources? Do I feel like I'm lacking energy? Do I feel like I'm lacking hope? Tired, what type of tired am I experiencing? And whenever I am checking with myself, and if I'm feeling emotions within each of these categories, a immediate response that I would do after these cues, that would be my trigger, is that I would go for a walk. So walking, whenever I'm feeling these type of things, the bullhorn answer that's just is projected from my mind is manage your halt, go for a walk. And because of that, I'm not going for a walk for any type of physical practice of beneficial body composition, fat loss, anything like that. That's not the reason why I'm walking for steps, physiological benefits. It's more so for me to manage my halt, so manage my emotions, my mind, and to just regulate myself to get back to equilibrium, and so then I can think more rationally and from a rational state rather than an emotional state, because you can't always believe everything that you're thinking. And I've used this for my clients as well, and it's this framework I personally find it very beneficial. And again, as a disclaimer, I'm not a mental health psychological professional. More so, of course, I help people within health and fitness, and then just sharing my personal views and personal thoughts and tools that has helped me, and in the research that I research about. And of course, working with people in health and fitness, there is a huge overlap in the psychological realm and with behavior change, psychology, and things along those lines. But something the physical practice of walking has helped me from a emotional, intellectual regulation and introspective, as an introspective vehicle for my mind, has been very valuable. And walking just really recharges those creativity juices, really helps you see things more clearly through motion. And like almost for me, it's like my mind and my body don't always operate in tandem, and being able to walk allows me to anchor my body to something. And as I'm out walking, there is some research for this too. I can't remember the specifics, but about like having your eyes being able to rapid eye movement of looking at objects and the scenery and different stuff. It's very similar to non-rapid eye movement while you're sleeping. One of those that sleep stages that really helps with cognitive learning consolidation while you're sleeping in your mind, but while you're walking as well, that visual dynamic acuity that you are seeing helps. There's a net positive somewhere with that movement, and so with those areas getting preoccupied, my mind is able to think more clearly in some sense. I don't exactly understand the mechanism of how and why, but just as I can decipher and dissect that, it's been very helpful. And so walking is one of those tools that it's a lever that I'll always pull on, and that's always served me really well. And I see it serving others very well too. And so, managing your halt, if you're ever in any of those emotional, compromising states where you don't understand what thoughts or feelings that you are experiencing and how to unpack it, if you're not in the right state for it, go for a walk. Go for a walk. How long in duration that walk may be, solely up to you, to your discretion of the duration of that. But I have always came back feeling better. And so that's a tip I wanted to share today on when I'm in those low energy states, emotional states, trying to manage my halt by walking. All right, guys. Definitely please share with me if you take this tool, if you are already aware of it. Because Bedros, when he was sharing it in his podcast episode, he was in a therapy session and his therapist gave him that tool. And so it's not an original idea or concept, but it's something that I wish I learned at an earlier age. At 27 was when I learned it. So really helpful. If you use it as well, and please let me know. I think it would be really cool to hear somebody else using this as well. If you learned it from him as well, or from a actual therapy session with a trained psychologist, that'd be sweet. So thank you guys for listening, watching, and I will see you tomorrow.